Okay, the last topic we will look at this morning, I want to look at your space matrix. Excuse me. So you know these matrices, there are four quadrants. There are four quadrants: the aggressive, the conservative, the defensive, and competitive. Under exam conditions, you don't have to construct a matrix, but you have to analyze the matrices in some detail, right? And in terms of structure, as I said over and over, you are a consultant. You are a consultant, not a student doing an essay. Your role in the exam for most of your questions, you are a consultant. And you need to think, I am a consultant. And you are a consultant advising a company X. And the first part generally of these kind of questions will say, critically analyze a matrix. And secondly, make recommendations to management. Now let me tell you the biggest error students have made in the past, right? So it says, let me show you the matrix. It says, so this is what you're going to get. You will get a matrix like this. And it's going to have a company plotted. The company might be plotted here, right? Or the company might be plotted here, which is +2 -4. And it is in the competitive quadrant. Here's the biggest mistake students will make in the exam. The first part says, say for 10 marks, critically analyze this given matrix for Caribbean Airlines. And this is how students will analyze it. In the space matrix, Caribbean Airlines is located in the competitive quadrant, which means that the company is positioned at coordinates +2, 4, and the company needs to pay attention to its competitiveness, and it seems to be more competitive than others. End of story. And then you go on to recommendations. That's what a lot of students will do. But it says 10 marks for the first part to critically analyze the matrix, and 10 marks for the second part to make recommendations. So they will go on then to put 2 or 3 pages of recommendations, but based on what analysis? Because you haven't analyzed the matrix yet. So I would put a question mark like, where's the analysis? What is the basis for your recommendations? So, and it happens every year, so I'll go through again how you analyze a matrix. First thing, you have financial position, you have competitive position, right? The financial position, competitive, but folks, don't worry with the writing thing. I see people writing, don't pay attention. Once you write, you're listening to me. So I want you to listen to me and you can write after, but just listen to me first. And then you have stability position and industry position. Now the first thing you realize, folks, they are internal dimensions, Martin, and they are external dimensions. So it goes again to internal, external. Internal, external. Everybody with me there? Now, what if for those who look at the details in the chapter, what is missing from the space here is all the complex calculations that are done to arrive at this. And if you just glance at the chapter, you first have to calculate the financial position, which means you need to look at the ratios. Then you need to look at the competitive position, which means you will have to really look at the CPN. And then for the stability position external, what kind of things will help you look at stability and the industry position? Like 5 forces. And the EFE 5 forces are the tools that will help you to get information for the external. Right? So you take those numbers and you crunch the numbers to come up with the coordinates. So the coordinates that you will get would have already computed the competitive position, right? The financial position, the industry position, and the environmental stability, right? So in the exam, I won't require you to be factoring in all of those things. They made it easier for you, right? Sometimes if you look at past papers, sometimes I factor in a lot of the numbers. Sometimes the students, they do more confusion than good, right? Because the whole set of numbers, they show you the financial position and gives you a whole set of ratios and numbers for the ratios. But it's really calculated from your financial ratios, calculated from your competitive profile matrix, and the other external assessments, right? So remember, folks, it's important to understand that the financial position that is given is based on the financial ratio analysis that is done for the company. And secondly, the competitive position would have been based on the CPM for the company. So it means that in a question like this, you will have financial ratios. And you can refer back to your financial ratio and see the company's profitability, look at its debt to equity ratio, look at its sales growth. You understand what I'm saying? And you can also glance at the CPM once you have a CPM. What is the CPM saying about the company's competitiveness? You understand what I'm saying? Everybody with me? And you could also, this shows you then the things that are calculated. Return on investment, leverage, liquidity, which are from your financial ratios, the stability position, which is external, which is all the external factors. Technology, rate of inflation. Rate of inflation is what? What kind of factor? Economic demand variability, economic barrier to entry, from where? 5 forces. Competitive pressures. How do you determine competitive pressures? What determines competitive pressures? Sorry? What determines competitive pressures? 5 forces. Competitive growth among competing firms. Or what has to help you determine competitive pressures? CPMs. Right, but it would be Porter's, the rivalry among competing firms. Is it intense competitive pressures for the firms? Price elasticity of demand is economic, microeconomics. They would have done this in first year economics, right? So all you will get in the exam is a blank quadrant like this with the company plotted. And then it says to you, you are a consultant for company X. Critically analyze your space matrix. And secondly, make recommendations. This is what you need to know. You understand? This is what you need to know and know well. Miss Moore, this is what you will get alone. This is what you need to know. For this and also the grand strategy matrix. You understand what I'm saying? Because the grand strategy matrix will be similar. You get a blank quadrant. You need to know, Mariah, what things are in each quadrant. You need to know them well. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't get mixed up, because if you get mixed up, you will write the wrong things. So it says, excuse me, if you are in the aggressive quadrant, it recommends your integration strategies, it recommends your intensive strategies, and it recommends diversification strategies. Right? It says that if you're in the conservative quadrant, it recommends market development, penetration product, and concentric diversification, which I think is related. Excuse me. And the others speak for themselves. So first, in your analysis, folks, you need to first do the analysis that if the company falls here, you need to indicate what are the implications for it. The company And then just give you a sample of how you can go about analyzing a space matrix, which is similar again to the grand strategy. You first need to indicate the company is located according to coordinates +2, -4, and it is located within the competitive quadrant. And in this quadrant, there are several strategies available for the company. And you need to list them. These strategies are 1, market development, penetration, product development, and secondly, backward integration, etc. And you need to list all. But that's the only way we can know what is available to them. What students do? Students do not mention any at all. But if I say to you, folks, if I say to you, conduct a critical analysis of the matrix, you can't just say it falls in the competitive quadrant, and it means that it's pretty competitive. That's not analysis. You need to tell me about these things, and you need to give me an idea of what it means for the company. So you don't just list. I said critically analyze. It suggests that the company can engage in market penetration, which means it can try to extend market share within it wants to extend market share within market penetration. It wants to extend market share within hear you. Within the same market geographic location. If you go to your whisper words today. Don't write words again. Whisper words again. Just write what you make us say what you whispers are words. Don't write no words again. Can't hear you. Folks, similar thing for market development. The company has as an option market development, which means it can export into different geographical areas, and you do it for everything. Just give a brief summary. Of what it means. The company can forward integrate, which means it can take over a competitor. That's the analysis. If you want to say because it wants to benefit from their strengths, but you need to do a comprehensive analysis. And once you have finished that analysis of the options available to the company, the second part now says recommend the most appropriate strategies. It's up to you now to recommend. I can't tell you what to recommend. It's up to you to make a recommendation. Everything with one company. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, the question is, what company would it be? The example will be a case broken intersection. So if you have financial ratios, they're going to be linked to CPM. If the CPM is going to be linked to space or grand strategy, the same company. So your recommendation, folks, students might choose different things. I'm not worried about the right choice. I'm looking at your analytical skills. If you propose a strategy, just justify the strategy. If you are saying to me, you recommend the company can market development, right? If you're recommending market development and joint ventures, just justify it. Why are you recommending market development and joint ventures? That's all I'm saying. So it means you need to get into detail now about what you mean by market development. And you need to give examples. They can go into Asia, they can go into Russia, if they name Trump, they can go into Africa. And what are the benefits from going into market development? What does it mean and the benefit for the company? You need to justify it. What would the company gain from it? Would it gain additional market share? Would it be able to have additional revenues coming in? If it goes into joint ventures, what are the benefits of the joint ventures? How can the company benefit from the joint venture? Will it be a new area of business market? Is it a new product you want to be getting into new ventures? Will it be the existing product you want to export to different environments? So folks, it's up to you. Different students will select different strategies because the matrix says any of these could be appropriate. My concern is about your thinking and logical analysis. That's what I want you to show in the exam. I don't want you to bring any rote. I want you to be able to show me your thinking logically. You understand this? So it's not about right or wrong. Strategy doesn't have right or wrong. It's a sequence of logical steps you're taking. There's no company in the world that proposes a strategy that knows it will work. There's been none of the big companies, because strategy is something people take intuitively based on market analysis and numbers. You want to make a decision. So as a student, I don't expect you to have the right answer. I want you to be able to logically and analytically show me you understand the strategies. And if you're recommending a strategy, show me why this strategy is best for the company and how it will benefit the company. And you can make whatever linkages you want to make to justify that. You understand? Whatever linkages you want to make to justify that, you can make whatever linkages you want to justify the argument. Right? The same issue of cost management. You realize that in going into China, you might be able then to have cheaper operational costs, and because of the low operational cost, you can offer your product at a better price for value, and you have a bigger market of 1 billion people. Whatever arguments you think you can bring, it's all I require to show me you understand strategically how this thing works. And that's all the matrix is about, testing your knowledge of competitive strategy. But I say the challenge is you need to know all of your competitive and corporate strategies. Right? That's all we are saying. So everybody's clear? Anybody wants me to go over anything in your grand strategy? Copy that one here? And for the grand strategy, folks, similar thing. If I can go through it quickly. Similar thing. For the grand strategy matrix, now the thing about the grand strategy that is a little more complex than the space is that the grand strategy has a continuum. From strong competitive position to weak competitive position, and from rapid market growth to low market growth. And it would be expected in your analysis of the grand strategy, if you get one, that you can appreciate that on the positive side of the y-axis, it's about rapid market growth. On the negative side of the y-axis, it's about slow market growth, which is an external factor. And on the x-axis positive, it is about strong competitive position versus the negative side of the x-axis in a weak competitive position. So, if, for example, a company was located in quadrant 3, and it was located, excuse me, here, well, we don't have the numbers here, but assume it was a 7-point rating. If it was here, is this worse off or better off? It's very bad, because the bigger the negative number means, the lower the value. So it's in a very weak competitive position. And if it was here, and here is, you see what I'm saying? Liquidate, divest. So the recommendation makes sense. But you just need to be able to show you understand why it makes sense. Right? Why does it make sense to liquidate? Because if you're in a weak competitive position, what does it suggest? But what does it suggest tangibly? It means the company then, in terms of market share, it is losing market share. What other things does it suggest? It's making a loss.
It's trying to get money to make money.
Oh, right down here.
No. Making a loss, yes.
Right, making a loss. And so making a loss suggests what about them? That they might not be managing their costs. They might not be selling, it might be a good product, but you're not marketing it well, you're not good after sales service. You understand what I'm saying? So the key thing, folks, about the matrix, the grand strategy, also, it makes it easy for you. It tells you what are the prescribed strategies that you need to be able to say to the company, this is what I prefer. But all I'm saying to you as students, if you get grand strategy or space, you need to be able to bring this critical analysis first, and then in recommendations, whatever strategies you recommend, you just need to justify them. You just need to justify them. You can't deal with all if not you're around at a time. So you need to select how much you think you can adequately deal with. Some students write much more quickly than others. And those are the matrices for determining strategies. And all they do, that the question we will deal with in class today, they just basically say to a company, here are tools that can help you determine what kind of competitive strategies you can utilize. Right. So any more questions on the space or grand strategy, how they work and how you go about analyzing? Sorry? So ladies and gentlemen, what we will do next week, I want to be able to, two areas I want to cover, financial ratios again, and look at implementation. I want to look at implementation, the importance of implementation, how implementation, what are the challenges of implementation. So we'll look at implementation and financial ratio next week, and that's where we will be wrapping up then. Okay, have a beautiful day, folks. Only people who had Disney. Only people who had Disney.
I see you have their horizontal representation.
I think that's an error, yeah. That's an error, yeah. Yes?
Sean Chandler from your 11 o'clock thing, he said he can't make it today.
No problem.
So you need a password for the quiz.
Alright, I can take it off. I can take that off. But you're doing it for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I can start it up. Yeah.
So what today should we do it?
Yep.
Sir,
What you do, I can do it now. When I go to my class now, I'll do it. Yeah.
offensive.